You know what? Fuck it. The band plays on. The party goes through the dungeon. Who gives a shit if half of us are dead or crippled? I'm Adam, and welcome to Confessions of a Part-Time Sorceress. This has been a bit of a nightmare to get through because, for some reason, Discord itself is out to roboticize and or cut people's audio apart.
I am Alabaster the Unicorn, and surprisingly, I have not drunken myself into a stupor tonight, despite the content in front of me. However, I feel like that will probably change soon enough.
I am the Diopsid, and I am immune to Discord.
I am Mrs. Diopsid, and I'm ready to slay some thoughts tonight.
And I'm Randall, and oh boy, this is gonna be interesting.
So when last we left off, we were right at the borderline of having some class, so she's going to be covering the classes. But because of the amazing formatting in this book, we're going to have to go through 2 quizzes first, and then go back to the classes because of the structure that they use. Basically, the quizzes are in the way, and rather than just kind of have them appear afterwards, just fuck it, have it appear before or partway through. Who cares? I mean, this is just for girls, right?
These quizzes kind of remind me of like those quizzes you see, like you always see in like those magazines like made for like preteen girls, like American Girl and stuff, like where it's like they're made for like 8 to 12-year-olds, and like they're fun when you're like 10 or something, but then when you turn 13, you kind of realize they're kind of bullshit. You know what I mean?
Well,
Only kinda bullshit.
Oh, they are bullshit.
Well, it also reminds me of, those, this used to be a big thing where you would take online quizzes for random stuff throughout the mid-2000s. I feel like this might have been a late, an attempt to, get into that market. But it's written by someone whose major interests are just watching reality TV show.
Which Lunatics Unleashed character are you?
So we're going to go through the first one, and I think we're going to skip the second one. So, feeling racy. It's true. We've been taught to never choose one race over another, but in D&D, it's a necessary evil. If your moral compass won't point in one direction or another, then take the following quiz and blame it on your psychological makeup.
It's not my fault I'm racist. It's my psychology.
All I want to do is I want to choose the race that's least black. That's all I want to choose.
God damn it.
Well, remember, the title for this book is Confessions of an Apartheid Sorceress. So, number 1, you're being forced to try out of a reality television show.
Ugh.
You audition for which option? Survivor, Project Runway, Last Comic Standing, Big Brother, N.E. What do you mean forced? I sent my tape in ages ago.
Where's F? As in, what the fuck are all of these?
F, who wants to be a superhero?
Yeah, who wants to be a superhero is not a bad option. But honestly, yeah, F, who would want to even be in this? Picking letter F, a letter that does not exist in this universe.
If any of your results are F, your answer is actually Kender.
Oh no!
My F option is my suicide tape. That's my audition tape.
Oh, what about the critically acclaimed reality TV show Kid Nation, where they stuck a bunch of kids out in the Mojave Desert?
What?
Oh yeah!
This was a real thing. It got canceled because one of the kids tried to drink gasoline.
Nice.
He was just trying to be a war boy. That's all he was wanting to be.
Yes, he was getting in the spirit.
If they let that show go on even a couple more episodes, we would have had one of them scream, "Witness me."
They would have staked a pig's head up on a spike. They would have killed the fat kid with the glasses.
So anyway, number 2. When relaxing, you A, visit your masseuse Brutus for some deep tissue loving.
Is that a euphemism for something?
It probably is.
Well, this is supposed to be taken by a woman, so I don't think it has a homosexual context, but if that's what people like, then I'm not going to judge.
It's the reverse happy ending. So B, you write in your journal.
Oh, yes. My journal where I keep all the people that I want to get rid of written down.
So you're saying that's what Doug Funny actually wrote in it this whole time?
And of course. Do you think he was writing all those gay stuff? No, he was just writing down that all these fuckers that he's gonna get rid of once he finally gets in the position.
It was just his manifesto.
Quail Man will purge the world. First with Skeeter.
They call me funny. I'll show them who's laughing now.
We live in a society. Quail Man starts saying we live in a society.
Doug just puts a belt around his head and starts dancing down his stairs. What's that, pork chop? Kill them all with a rusty hatchet.
Oh, that's a wonderful idea.
Skeeter, you want to hear another joke?
Oh man, Doug, I can't do a Skeeter. I don't know. Your last few jokes weren't that good.
What do you get when you cross a poorly drawn Canadian TV show character with a society that keeps him oppressed? You get what you fucking deserve.
He kills his own
Quail Man away.
So, see, you think of clever places to leave whoopee cushions for your coworkers. That's
hilarious.
That's just asking to be thrown out of the 34th story.
Are we sure Kender isn't one of the results you could get on this? Because that sounds like what they would pick.
Can I say, I think of clever places to leave pipe bombs for my coworkers. Oh, they're going to get quite an explosive surprise. Whatever.
One of the options is shoplift. Commit crime. When you relax, you commit crime.
Okay, the crime I corrected. This is
despite
Kender would get.
Despite dwarves making up 13% of the population.
Screaming so loud.
You're missing out on the quiz. Hurry up!
You started without me? Oh shit! You started without me.
Yeah, we're currently doing when relaxing, and option D, you just steal things from people.
What page? Sorry. Hello, audience. Sorry. It seems as though someone didn't inform me we were beginning yet.
It happens.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Again, the party plays on, so fuck it. We're going on.
But yeah, why would shoplifting be relaxing? I mean, I would actually be kind of scared if I, was stealing something in caught. I would be like, that would be like.
Then congratulations.
You're
Congratulations, you're not a sociopath.
There's also the very meta option E. Take a personality quiz in a magazine.
Oh my god.
Why don't play video games or read a book or something?
Yeah, where's read a book?
Do you think this thought ever read a book?
Excuse me. I just have to do my best thought voice. Well, reading anything beyond fashion advice and gossip rags, it's just beneath us. I mean, what am I gonna use? What am I gonna use The Hobbit for in real life, huh?
Pretty much.
Did I nail it? Did I nail that?
Yeah.
The most advanced thing she's probably read is a Harry Potter book.
Your voice sounds like you're trying to shill your Patreon on your Twitch stream.
I think Harry Potter is giving her too much credit.
Cosmo.
Yeah.
I think with that level
read, one of those kid detective books when she was 5, but
I know. I'm thinking more of Dr. Seuss level of IQ.
Hank the cow. No, Hank the cow dog.
Oh, don't
I
bring
remember
that.
that.
Don't bring Hank down. He's a good boy.
So to you, success is A, making your mother proud. B, getting out of a rut. C, finding a late 4th century Scythian gold belt buckle at a garage sale. What? D, paying off your credit cards. Or E, getting a call back for a reality television show.
They called me. I mean, if I got a call back with my reality TV show with my suicide note, that'd be pretty meta.
Oh God, is that just what some the sad thing is I can see a desperate television network doing that. Just send in your suicide tapes.
Oh, I can't wait.
Desperate. Remember, I mean, let's be honest. This is reality TV. No, there is no low. Remember Kid Nation?
Yeah.
We brought that up.
Okay, no, wait. I know the name of this. America's Funniest Home Suicide Videos.
No, America's Funniest Manifestos, and it just shows you. There's a noose in the background, fucking shotgun, just in case.
They still added those cartoony sound effects, though.
What, like you hear the blooper noise when the noose breaks and you land on the floor. Seizing.
God, that's terrible.
Can we call this?
You hear the Mario end life moment when you blow your brains out, Dwyer style.
Can we call this? Can we call this episode America's Funniest Home Suicide Videos?
I'm either that or the party goes on.
Also, sorry if you hear something. That's just me devouring some of my my mother's so good pasta sauce.
I had lasagna, so it's fine.
Huh? I had spaghetti. So
it's pasta night.
Yeah, it's pasta night, baby.
That could be another episode title. It's pasta night.
Italian. I mean, I had an Italian sub, so
it's Italian night.
Italian night is on.
Okay.
4. Your best friend is someone who A, makes you laugh by putting whoopee cushions on your coworkers' chairs.
She's really obsessed with that joke.
How old is she?
I think she's trying to write for like 10 to 12-year-old girls, but really missing the mark.
What audience is this for? I know it's for like women, but like what age?
Yes.
But what was weird about it as well, though, is that there was some sexual content in there earlier in the book, so it's a very confused audience.
I will say, in all fairness, as someone who once used to get dragged along to a lot of like hair salons, this kind of feels exactly at home with some of the old gossip rags that were meant for tweens was for.
Well, that's because this person wholeheartedly read them and still reads them.
Yeah. So, like I said, if this one person was trying to get the authentic feeling of one of those shitty tween gossip rags that had a bunch of weirdly inappropriate things in it, then yeah, she got it. I'll say this: she got the aesthetic really good.
So B is very much like yourself. C laughs at your jokes. D just got a call back for a reality TV show. Oh my god. Or E, you met in kindergarten.
I mean, the only sane answer would be is very much like yourself and like laughs at your jokes. Like
they laugh at my jokes, but they do it because they're sad about me. That's why they do it.
I was gonna say they laugh at my jokes. The problem is I'm not telling any jokes. I'm just talking about my life.
Number 5. You should date someone based solely on their credit score, ability to recite Christopher or Martu, tell a joke, drop serious amounts of coin, or E, promote you. Oh,
wow, that gives a lot of insight about herself.
Okay, this is peak thought. That is question 5 is a peak thoughter. Is peak thoughterly for almost all of them.
Oh
yeah,
wow!
One even kind of remotely decent is tell a joke.
Like, honestly, none of them are really, like, remotely, like, good answers. Whatever happened to,
Oh.
like, I don't know, like, someone who, like, shares similar goals and interests with you? Like, what a sane person would date?
Keyword, sane.
Well, no, even insane people usually have a little better priority understanding than this.
Yeah, like,
Okay.
This is like a pod person.
She was nice to me. She opened the door for me.
She said hi. She said hi. No, she looked at me.
She's
She looked at me.
She's Bajork. I must show my devotion.
So
She mentioned my name in a stream chat.
no, it's not even that. It's I saw her outside my window.
Oh my god.
But E,
Fuck r slash incels.
E has not aged well.
Promote you. Yeah.
Honestly, that was bad even back then.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So 6.
Yeah, that was bad. It's pretty.
You know, we're not going to get out of this quiz if we can.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
The Commodore says she's a brick house. They'd think you were A, brick, B, elegant, graceful skyscraper, C, yurt. She had to look that one up, I bet. D, shanty on the shore, or E, 4-bedroom, 3-bath, split level in the suburbs.
I don't even get what the question is. Like, what's
Like, I guess if you could be a house, what house would you be?
Who is the Commodore? Is that a band from the mid 2000s
Yeah, it's
or
like
something?
it's a band from the 80s. She's a brick
Oh, that.
house. She's mighty, just letting it all hang out.
oh god, that sounds so awkward.
Yeah.
I'm
This
sorry.
thing really this really hasn't aged well.
That didn't age well even in 2000 whatever it was printed.
Yeah.
I mean, the audience this is for, like, oddly sexualized tweens wouldn't know anything past 4 years ago.
I mean, to give you an idea, we're older than the audience for this, and we were still going, fucking what? So anyway, now for the results. It's terminal. You have 6 months.
Yeah.
So
I just assume like my race is like a diopsid or like something cool because I totally like said fuck this quiz. I'm playing a diopsid or something.
yeah, here's the thing. Like we stopped giving answers because none of the answers are actually that good. There's a couple that are okay, but no.
Let's see what if you had played along with this shit, what you would have gotten.
So mostly A's, which is I don't even
Dwarfs?
remember. But anyway, yeah, you look around. Are there 6 more little ones just like you? Do any of them go by Doc, Dopey, or Dummy? Doesn't even remember the name of the 7 dwarves.
One was called Dumbass. That's what his name was.
Drinky, Stinky,
Wait, what?
Surly, and Grumpy.
Grumpy was one.
Mostly bees. Remember the little Polly P.
Well, anyway, yeah, A's dwarfs.
Dolly and Polly P. Dolly. What?
Oh yeah, that's the doll where it's like you feed it water and it pisses.
Polly Pissy Pants.
What the? I never understood like why girls would want a doll that pisses and shit themselves. Even as a kid, I was like, why would you want like the least fun stuff of having a baby?
It's no. See, it's the patriarchy trying to brainwash you into accepting your designated position as a broodmare. Get woke. Get woke.
Oh my god!
I honestly kind of thought they were. I honestly kind of thought they were there, or for little kids that wanted to kill their little baby brothers or sisters, but they couldn't. So they just did this to get their visceral revenge on them.
Well, either way, these are mostly elves, and there's like a Santa Claus elf reference there for really no reason. C's are gnomes. D's are halflings, and well, human. I had to look through the entire paragraph because it's very piss poorly written.
Yeah, humans like really in D&D really like reality TV shows.
Apparently.
Also noticed something about this. Beyond the dwarves, which have a minus negative to their charisma, which I kind of never really got, but I think it's supposed to just be they're a bit more dour than everyone else.
Well, I figured they're more gruff. They're more.
Yeah.
They live a harder. They tend to live a harder.
Notice how all of these races, besides being the most basic bitch races, like the most basic bitch races, even though I actually say maybe Gnome's not the actually would probably been replaced by something like half orc. Around the time
she doesn't even know half orcs exist since no one played a half.
I was about to say, you notice how all of these are the more. I was about to say, you notice these are the most basic bitch races, and that Gnome is for some reason here instead of half orc, which.
Half orc lives matter. God damn it, they do.
Unironically, I also halfling isn't here.
No, halfling is there. It's D.
E?
It's letter D.
Oh wow!
So well, it's obviously that. Didn't you know Token was trying to hide the gnome's contribution to the Fellowship of the Ring?
Oh my god.
Token, what? Token was an anti-dome big hit. He'd go around knocking over the statues on the lawns.
For those unaware of Token lore, the whole Middle Earth mythology was supposed to be a false mythology for our modern Earth.
Yep. Although you can thank Gygax for wanting to split away dwarven, because dwarves did have magic in Tolkien. Gnomes were the result of Gygax and later people splitting the magical parts from dwarves.
Yeah, but then the dwarves got magic back, and the gnomes just stuck around.
Much to our chagrin.
So anyway, she goes into classes again. There's another quiz for that. Dare we risk that, or are we just gonna move on?
Yeah.
Can we at least go?
Let's just at least go through the classes first and what she thinks the classes are.
Yeah, which is oddly interspliced between these two tables.
It's amazingly badly written. So okay, have some class. So here's how she sees fighters. As Patty Smythe, who I don't know who the fuck that is.
She's an 80s singer.
What did she write? That
I am the warrior, hard to win if you survive.
Oof.
Don't recognize that one.
Oof.
Yeah, never heard of that song.
I'm familiar with it.
Yeah.
And again, I'm kind of a bit of an 80s.
I listen to an 80s radio station, so I
do
know
too,
a lot
but
of
I still don't
songs.
recognize it.
Oh.
Patty would probably play this character. Fighter's the first in the battle, the one who yells stand back before realizing the rest of you have already locked yourselves in the bathroom. Your fighter friends are the ones into martial arts, rugby, and drinking Chivas Regal. Wine mom. Yeah, also keep in mind the writer's a wine mom sort of setup.
Chivas Regal is a cheap scotch.
Oof.
But I was just drinking that, but drinking it out of a dirty soccer cleat.
Yeah.
So that's that.
How did you know how I drink my liquor? You must be like magical or something.
I just drink mine out of cheesecloth. Don't question it. Or a big red cup. Rogue. Who hasn't encountered a rogue or two? Cunning little bastards. Sorry, wrong book. The rogue is the guy in high school who chalked IDs and turned 15-year-old babysitters into 28-year-old baby mamas.
So the dick.
The rogue picks a lock with his Amex card and uses his charm to avoid paying late fees. He's the kid who followed you to school making fart noises, told everyone you slept with a teddy bear in a nightlight, and copied your math homework. You probably had a crush on him.
Gonna be honest, reading some of this is actually completely interchangeable with Bard.
Yeah.
It sounds more Bardy.
Remember
just replace Amex card and late fees with he was always the show off in band. Like literally, and then they're just the exact same. They would be just the Bard.
Spoiler alert: this chapter doesn't even cover Bard.
Yeah,
probably because she never saw one.
What is it? Sword is like one of the core classes of Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, but this is also a thought who basically played with the dice as the actual GM made the sheet for her because she was too lazy to fucking learn.
Yeah, she pretty much says fuck you, like look it up in the player's handbook. Like it's like saying like it's like you have like instructions to build a birdhouse, but it doesn't tell you how to build the roof
Well, no,
of the
you get the instructions, you look at it, it's just a giant middle finger.
Wait! How did you know how I made my own birdhouse instructions?
Well, wait. There's 3 more classes she covers, and only 3 more.
Because let's see, what are the ones? Oh, paladin. She don't know what that is either.
Like she doesn't even cover half of the classes. Less than that.
Oh, missing wizard. Even though
why sorcerer instead of wizard? Like
because that's the class she played.
Yeah, that's the class she played. Hence the.
I'm pretty sure the classes she covers are just the ones that she played with, and she doesn't know that wizards exist, that paladins exist, that barbarians exist. She doesn't know.
She knows that monks exist. Why doesn't she cover monks?
That's a good
it's also
question.
really funny. It's also funny because in the quiz results, it's not really it's a spoiler, quote unquote spoiler. One of the results mixes 2 of the classes together, but instead of having A, B, C, D, and E, instead of it's just A to D. So why could they have an E for a monk?
Well, because that makes sense. Anyway, sorcerer, or sometimes a sorceress, if she wants to make her gender absolutely clear, regardless of how they prefer to address themselves. Sorcerers are real charmers. Sorcerers often have striking good looks. See page 51 of the player's handbook if you don't believe me. So that's her being insecure. They may not have the chops of a mama bear when it comes to battle, but they share the grizzly's instinct when it comes to protecting their friends. She is a lover, not a fighter, so faced with combat, she'll most likely cast bitch slap and stand there with her eyes scrunched shut.
Can I cast this? Okay, I actually kind of like that.
That's Bigby's big hand. Remember?
Bigby's interposing bitch slap. I love.
Yeah, it's one of Bigby's spells.
But look, apparently they're also cowards. Read what happens after that.
Praying her tougher friends come to the rescue. Calling on magical spells, the sorcerer is a quiet fireball-wielding diva. She's the type of girl who makes her own Christmas cards, but will stab you in the throat with her fabric shears if you look at her wrong. So, neurotic person that you should just leave in the asylum.
Yeah.
I mean, considering our history in our various groups of sorcerers, that's kind of true.
That sucks too, because I think it's just because it's so easier to use than a wizard that it lets the chaff do things.
He didn't start as a sorcerer, but Mir's a pretty good character.
I'm talking about characters that were designed as sorcerers.
To give you an idea, sorcerers alongside rogues and barbarians are the dickbags big 3, because they're all easy to use and play.
They're very easy to make what people think of chaotic neutral Vakai characters out of.
To their tool. And most people play chaotic dick.
And let's also not forget Let's also not rogue and bard.
Yeah, bards can be the same way. Like if you there's the promiscuous bard that like sleeps around.
Especially because they have so much mind melding magic. It
can easily go from I sleep with all the women to I'm going to rape you with my magic. Have fun.
I despise those types of bards so much.
See, that's when, as the GM, you start inflicting them with gonorrhea.
Gonorrhea? No, we're talking crotch rot, as in you're getting 4 years gangrene. Don't look that up,
or you could just castrate them.
His last victim had the half undead template. They were actually half mummy. Roll fort save for mummy rot.
So anyway, clerics. Clerics rely on magic and divine inspiration to help them out of tough spot. The cleric is your best pal, the one who knows exactly what to say to make you feel better. When the cleric says, forget it, you are too good for him anyway, you believe her. When she tells you the cut of the pants you're wearing are very slimming, you buy them in every color. Clerics are an asset to every group because of their ability to cast healing and protective spells. They've got a decent left hook, too.
That's not necessarily a bad.
At least he acknowledges that battle clerics are a thing. Sort of.
Yeah.
Like, she's kind of aware. That's probably the best thing she's written out of the classes.
That's not saying much, but
yeah. And last and not least, but also not the last class, because Rangers. Rangers are the rogues of the wild. They're shifty little tree huggers with badass warrior tendencies. They're quick-footed, which is quite the accomplishment considering most are probably wearing Birkenstocks. They dropped out of college to follow Fish on tour. Who?
Hippie band.
Okay. And work on their conspiracy theories. Rangers are weird, but they're handier to your team than a Swiss Army knife. It's not nice to fool Mother Nature because Rangers are mama's boys. You can also describe this as druid, kind of.
Yeah.
This is
Honestly, her description's much closer to a druid.
Yeah, this is much closer to a druid.
I mean, Ranger. If I had to describe Ranger in the modern, it's that guy who always liked to go out jogging and going out and going 5-hour long hikes all day and just come back still full of energy.
Oh, I would just say, you remember Aragorn from Lord of the Rings? Viggo Mortensen. He is a ranger.
Yep.
I would have said Unabomber. Ted Kaczynski, the penultimate ranger.
That's more of a druid. I mean, instead of divine spells, it's divine anthrax.
Although, I don't know, conspiracy theorist ranger could be a fun character. Like the Truth from San Andreas. Lives out in the desert with a trailer, has an arsenal of weapons.
The water turning the frogs gay. I know because I asked them with my spells.
Nice. But also, there's a little line here where, she just says, "Oh, there's other classes, but fuck you, read the book."
I couldn't be fucked to read it.
That's kind of a terrible thing to say if it's meant to be a beginner's guide, this is what it is. It sucks as a beginner's guide.
Especially because Ranger is not a particularly beginner-friendly class.
Anything that involves partial casting is unfriendly, yeah.
It's an intermediate, and you need a little bit of carefulness with that.
Honestly, since this is a beginner's book, the fact she didn't mention barbarian is fucking criminal.
Yep.
Yeah.
But that's an icky class. That's
that. Yeah, but it's so easy an 8-year-old can play it.
Or it could take a certain someone 5 hours to make their character sheet.
Oh, we won't. But we won't mention that. That's a story for another day.
Yeah.
I'm totally cutting this part out. No, I'm not.
Anyway, do we want to do the actual quiz or just move on to group therapy?
Honestly, I kind of just want to move on.
Yeah.
So group therapy is, I believe, just setting themselves up together.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, my group gets together weekly in a freezing teleconference room with fluorescent lights that incessantly buzz overhead.
This is just them just talking about her experience. Why don't we move on to what she thinks about alignment?
Oh, good witch or bad witch? Oh, this is fun. So, are you a good witch or a bad witch? And she complains with the old 39 Wizard of Oz. But in the world of Dungeons & Dragons, good and evil often confound your character. Good and evil go beyond the basics you learned in Sunday school. They are embedded in the earth your character walks on, the air she breathes, the star that shine down at night. We're talking Sunday brunch buffet with fruit and fondue. How do you choose?
What?
It's a very weird way of explaining it, but I think she's trying to get that, unlike many other settings out there in official D&D lore, good and evil are actual forces of the universe.
Not only actual forces, but you cannot be subjective. Get out of there with that shit. No, there is such things as objective good and objective evil in that universe.
Yeah, but they usually aren't more. They usually don't actually more or less shift your alignment. They're completely neutral actions.
So that in mind, so the alignments that she covers, lawful good.
Yeah, yeah, she says there are 9 alignments total, but only 6 that apply to player characters.
Because evil, nope.
The remaining 3 are for monsters and bad guys. Has she ever heard of evil games and the token evil characters?
Of
Like,
course
seriously.
not.
You should probably still cover the evil alignments just for your
It's
information.
also because that would tell you what kind of person you're fighting. I mean,
Yeah.
a chaotic evil villain is very different from how a lawful evil villain operates.
Like to give you an idea, it's a heck of a different fight to go against Rubicon, who heals your entire party before you take him on in a fair duel, than say the Kefka who fucking poisons the water supply because he just wants to hear the children gasp on their own breath.
Or I was just gonna go with the lawful, the corrupt hick judge, as opposed to the Unabomber.
As opposed to Cletus the arsonist.
Yeah, one of them neither will let you have a fair fight, but the other one won't let you have a fair fight because he'll cripple you in a way that you can't fight. That's hard for you to get back at him for. He didn't do anything wrong technically.
So, lawful good. As you might expect, lawful good characters are sugar and spice and everything nice. No, actually,
Nope.
good does not mean nice.
Lawful
Yeah.
good does not equal lawful nice.
Yeah, like you could be like you could still be an asshole and be
I'll be
lawful
just a
good.
complete dickhead. Just absolute dickhead. Not
Also, what the fuck is a lawful good celeb? Ugh.
Oh, that sounds
non
horrible.
sequitur.
Oh, lawful good celeb. Oh, this is just her picking random people,
Yeah,
I guess.
each alignment thing, she describes what type of celebrity would be that alignment because she's completely vapid like that.
So anyway, they fight against evil and want to see wrongdoers get punished. They had their way. Grocery stores would tar and feather anyone who snuck 16 items into the 15 items or less express lane. This is
That's
supposed to be haha funny.
it's not working.
They're landing flatter than the bell curve on her IQ test.
Oh damn. Can we even bring that up and can we even bring this up on Dice Scum?
Let's just say that the doctors are astonished. The results were 1 in a billion.
Good lord, that shouldn't even be possible.
A medical marvel and not in the good way.
She's the first person whose IQ can actually be measured in ham.
Yeah. Let's just move on.
Lawful good celebrities. Picture a star who could remove her toenail polish with $100 bills if she was someone who actually took care of her own toes. This person hates to see nurses and lunch ladies go without cashmere hoodies and MP3 players.
What?
What?
If she's feeling frisky, she might buy you and 349 of your neighbors a brand new Pontiac.
Is that like one Pontiac for all of
And
us?
you get a car, and you get a car,
Yeah,
and you
Oprah.
get a car.
But watch
Ugh.
it, if she's feeling wrong, she won't think twice about outing you on national. It's literally Oprah. She thinks Oprah's lawful good.
I forget what controversies that. What
Let's-
controversies?
I don't know. I don't know shit about Oprah, so let's just.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about Oprah either.
Neutral good. Neutral good characters believe that in being the best they can be without getting all up in the bad guy's business. Wait, what?
No. The whole point of being neutral good is that your conflict with good and evil is not on the law or chaos axiom.
I think she thinks the more combative good's probably gonna be chaotic good.
A neutral good character will be the first to offer to bring a dessert to the party and the one who stays last to help clean up. They're committed to helping others, but leave the punishing to the pros. They wouldn't want to upset the balance of order. I'm assuming she got explained this by one of the other players, and she thinks neutral equals balance, which is a rare stance.
Yeah, it's one of the interpretations of neutral, but it's more of one of the interpretations of true neutral.
I would say
only in this case it's
A neutral person. I don't think would have bothered to stick around to help anyone without something of worth coming their way.
Yeah, a neutral. I'd say the best. Honestly, I think one of the best interpretations of a neutral good person would be a character like Samwise Gamgee, someone who's just who's good for the sake of it, just because it's the right thing.
He's doing it for Mr. Frodo.
Yep.
Yeah.
Lifelong friend and technically master, since he is supposed to inherit his job as a gardener from his gaffer.
Yeah,
Yep.
someone who just tries to
The
be
loyal
a good
servant.
person. Someone who just tries to be a
Mr.
good person.
Oh, Mr. Frodo.
Also, if you want to go down it, it's been a meme, but Jeebus would be Jeebus could be interpreted as, but even though he'd be more, I'd probably put him more on the lawful axis due to. But then again,
neutral good because he did break the old covenant and make a new one.
yep.
Also, he was a bit of a firebrand in his community.
So anyway, neutral
Lots
good
of
celebrity. Since you thought insulting her intelligence is bad, let's not open that fucking can of worms. Neutral good celeb. Being a neutral good character doesn't just involve good character. $1 billion bank account, some cool shades, and an accent so smooth it could be spread on toast always helps.
What? What does this
Anyone
have to
can
do
write
with?
a check with armies of zeros attached, but not everyone will get the hem of their Versace jeans dirty trying to make a difference.
I hate every bit of this. Actually, I hate it.
It's just those celebs who go down to Africa to help build houses.
Oh no, spending quality time with the stuffy suits in DC and stuffy suits in the African desert isn't everyone's idea of a good time, especially if media makeover isn't your MO. Neutral good celebrities don't see wrongdoing, they want to do right. So basically, slacktivists, celebrities who forget that their job is to be the meat that is moved in a film. No offense, but that's kind of their job.
Yeah. Shut up and talk. Talk on the movie pictures.
And move. Don't forget the moving. That's
You are
important.
the meat puppet that the director, like that's rude, but that's what their job is in the bluntest way possible.
It's true.
I actually read a book. Read a book. By somebody who had actually worked in various refugee camps, and apparently, celebrity visits were pretty much hated because celebrities pretty much just came in. You ended up using resources for the act that would have gone to the actual people in need and just kind of left. But they raised awareness.
And also, you wasted tons and tons of jet fuel.
Time and money.
So chaotic good. Chaotic good characters are under the influence of their conscience. Stealing from the rich and giving to the poor is only one item on their ever-increasing rap sheet. Their hearts are in the right place, but the road to get them there is often paved with blackballs and warrants for their arrests. Forever in the underdog's camp, the chaotic good character was the kid on the playground who bullied the bullies.
The
But
thing
that's
is
actually
with
not the worst description. That's not actually the worst
Yeah.
description. I've
Yeah.
It's
ever
one
heard.
of the interpretations, but it's a good one. But what's not a good one? Chaotic good celeb. Anyone associated with PETA, aka the animal euthanizing clinic bombers. Remember them?
I thought you were about to say the animal rapist. That's what I
No,
thought
they
you
haven't
were
done
gonna.
that, but they do euthanize all the animals they usually get.
But
And they have supported people who've bombed clinics.
Mind you, actually, it's actually even this thing that she more or less just said. Those kinds of morons are actually aren't doing anything.
Holy shit!
She says,
Broken
yeah,
clocks once
The broken
is
clock.
right once a day.
Sure, poking and prodding little baby bunnies is mean, but dousing fur-clad humans with fake blood. No, she's mad because she likes her mink coats. That's what I'm betting.
no, keep reading. And stripping down to your own furless, surgically enhanced birthday suits won't make it stop.
Idealistic teenagers appreciate the efforts, and the bunnies probably would too if they knew what was going on in their honor. But the ladies who lunch and pimp daddies probably don't give a turd.
But another great example.
I don't know. I'm getting a vibe that she's also like afraid of her collection getting doused in fake blood. There's something about it.
I'm trying to think of other great examples of a chaotic good person.
Besides Robin
It could be
Hood,
the
Batman operates outside of the law
yeah.
too.
Well, no. I think he's a lawful good because ultimately, Batman would ultimately serve. The only reason why he operates outside of the law is because the law is absolutely corrupt. But his whole intention is for the law. That's why.
I'd argue that Batman is neutral good. Like, he would operate inside the law, but it's just so inefficient that he chooses to go around it.
Well, the thing is with
Aren't you seeing this picture of an alignment chart that had Batman and all 9 of them?
Yeah,
Because it
and
really
it
depends
was
on.
Oh,
great.
yeah.
It really depends on the writer.
Yeah.
Like
If
there
I had
is
the
a
writer-
chaotic evil version where he just punches at a child's face because he has an ice cream cone.
Yeah, like it depends heavily on which writer is currently writing him of what alignment he would fall into.
But generally, vigilantes I would place in chaotic because you could argue it's a corrupt shithole, but his solution to working within the law is to maybe use that shitload of wealth to utterly destroy the people that are actually doing the corrupt bullshit.
See, lawful neutral. They have political aspirations. Why else would they be so law-abiding and moral? Acting under a strong desire for order and organization, lawful neutral characters remain unswayed by opponents on either side. They're dedicated to their cause without being pushy. Lawful
Actually,
neutral.
one of the common interpretations for Darth Vader is he's lawful neutral.
I thought it was always lawful evil because
He
he's still
usually
correct.
is, but Anakin before the fall was more lawful neutral.
I'm
thought he was
doing my
chaotic.
job.
I thought it was chaotic because he's kind of he kind of betrayed everyone.
Yeah, but at the same time, he believed that a massive dictatorship, because the Republic was weak, was something he believed
Yes.
in. It's in episode 2,
Yes.
the bad one.
We're all bad.
True, but the worst of the 3 in that time.
It's like poetry. It rhymes.
Oh, fuck you.
If we can get Confessions of an Apartheid Sorceress to work, it'll be the key to all of us.
Anyway, let's lawful neutral celeb. Any host or company member involved in a children's television, whether you're an animation, absurd-looking animal mutation, or colorful suspender-tugging, glassy-eyed sing-along grown-up, you're as neutral as khaki as long as you're a good friend and role model who doesn't know enough to be condescending. Lawful neutral types know what they know and will gladly impart that knowledge, and they're not afraid to ask the big questions like, why can't we all just get along?
I don't think she understood lawful neutral too good.
I don't even know what the
Yeah,
thing
Yeah.
about. Let's just move on. There's nothing even to say there.
Neutral
even saying.
characters are the liberal arts major of the D&D.
You know what? Okay.
That's actually the
wait.
best description I've ever
Yeah.
fucking read.
Does this mean that my hatred for neutral characters is justified now?
I'm pretty sure you're just channeling Zap Brannigan there, but
Okay. Gotta admit, that's a great line. That's a great line.
they see good and evil, chaos and law, but instead of choosing a side, they straddle the line in the middle because they see the danger of going to extremes. Neutrals
I hate
are
the neutrals.
neutrals
hate
are
the neutrals.
non-committal and bored by controversy. They're not wishy-washy or even pushovers, but they probably will be the first to jump on the bandwagon and get off a block later.
I hate these neutrals. They need to be dealt with in a fiery explosion.
And
Filthy
basically, I'm on the
neutrals.
bandwagon. That's the big thing about them. She starts celebs all eating the same at the same restaurants. There's a ton of these. I'm with the bandwagon celebs, all eating at the same restaurants, wearing the same designers, getting the same cup sizes from the same ultra discreet plastic surgeons. Boring. You don't get on the cover of US Weekly, getting busted for peeking under every rock from Hollywood to Bollywood, trying to find an identity to call your own. Confused? Maybe. Neutral? Likely.
I thought the best way to describe neutral is there's multiple ways that you can describe neutral. I figured one of the best ones is actually that you could be is that you're just incredibly cynical. You may have an incredibly cynical outlook on life that you just don't see any you don't see the need to get involved in the grand scheme of things and the law and chaos and good and evil. That it's
Yeah.
all pointless. And
So like the
neutral tends to fall into two. It's kind of more like just two kind of viewpoints. There's the I don't want to get involved, and the I'm playing the long game thing. I'm playing the long game.
And there's also we have to keep the balance because if things get too tilted, things fall apart.
kind of put that with the I'm playing the long game thing. Like, it's not time to make it is not time.
And that's a pretty rare point of view, in my opinion. And this is getting into alignment discussion. I think it's a fairly rare opinion for anyone to have, unless you're part of like a mystic order. Like if you're a druid or you worship Bokob, then that would make sense. Anyway, chaotic neutral, aka the the dickbag
asshole.
alignment.
Yeah, that guy alignment.
Hilariously, most of my characters tend to be chaotic neutral. I wonder if that
Yeah,
says
same.
anything.
Yeah, same
Who
here.
wants to write say chaotic neutral?
No one?
On someone
Oh.
else.
Okay. You know those guests who pass around inappropriate dinner time topics like they were chicken wrapped in bacon? That's why you invite them, isn't it? The chaotic neutral player is the stuff cliches are made of. Think before you speak, march to the beat of your own drummer. He's all about what's right for him and making that right for you. He doesn't dispute authority, he pretends it doesn't exist. Chaotic
Now,
neutral
I get the distinct impression that maybe this writer has a disdain for neutral, and chaotic neutral people.
She thinks you have to be the good guy, I think. Chaotic neutral characters are unpredictable and overzealous, and probably carry pamphlets describing their latest craze on them at all times in case you're dying of boredom in a stalled elevator somewhere. I do like the idea of the chaotic neutral communist proletariat now. That's not a bad idea. Chaotic
No,
neutral.
remember, she didn't really dab or hate that much on lawful neutral. So it's just neutral, and chaotic neutral. She doesn't like.
Because a lawful neutral still, in her mind, is still trying to be a good guy.
Not necessarily. You could get a lawful neutral person serving an oppressive
I mean, a
dictatorship.
lawful neutral person is the guy at the DMV who sends you back down to that fucking line that you already got out of. Why?
It's my lunch break.
Also,
Yeah,
you also didn't sign the appropriate form. Apparently, they didn't give you the right one.
Also reminds me of one of the weirder lawful neutral deities we Jas. She's interested in magic and one of the few non-evil deities to really have a lot of necromancers under her command.
She has a lot of necromantic fit simps on her side.
Like the idea. So technically, she can both have paladins and necromancers worship her.
The question, like I said, though,
Both sides of
do
the
they
apple.
worship? Do they worship her? Or do they simp for her? That's the ultimate question of D&D.
Well, she's like a thief goddess too.
He's just playing all sides. How is this lawful?
She's a weird one.
Wait, chaotic neutral celeb. This is gonna be cancer. Better move the coffee table and cover your couch in plastic should this celeb stop by. Yeah, we know they're very into religion. No, that we know they know how to negotiate a killer contract. We get that prescription drugs are no-no in their book. What they don't get is what's good for the goose is not necessarily good for the gander. Not on my couch, you don't.
I guess
No
that's Mel
way.
Gibson.
I don't even know what that means.
So now, wait, what about, like, what are lawful evil, like, neutral evil, and, like, chaotic
Oh no, they're
evil
just for monsters,
celebrities?
silly. No one plays
But
those.
what about the celebrity? What kind of celebrities would they be?
Insert reality TV show hack here.
No. You see, celebrities as famous people and people of influence, of course, can't be bad people. I mean, they wouldn't be famous otherwise, right?
Don't ask questions, just consume product and
all
eagerly wait
celebrities are
for
role
next
models.
product.
All celebrities are role models. None are bad.
just like consume product right there.
So, like, who would be like a chaotic evil celebrity?
Harvey Weinstein? Maybe?
Yeah.
No. He's lawful evil because he's trying to use his clout and things.
He was gaming the system.
I'm trying to think of a chaotic evil celebrity.
A Shia LaBeouf.
Oh yeah.
He will not divide.
The fact that a Hollywood celebrity was driven into madness by
Shit
shit
posters.
posters on fucking 4chan will always crack me up.
Yeah. You know what he did? Shia LaBeouf made one fatal mistake. He tried to cross swords with Sam Hyde, and he lost.
Okay, neutral evil. Who's that guy who beat Beyonce?
Drawing a blank.
Chris
Brett,
Brown.
nothing.
Chris Brown. That's it. Asshole. Neutral evil is just an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah, so look at it's like, Shelley's character's backstory.
Yep.
Oh no.
He got back. Sorry.
Oh.
In short, she was born 134 years ago into incredible wealth and opportunity. Has an older brother, 2 older sisters who adore her, even though her character Astrid's clearly the parents' favored. Astrid. Her father is the sole proprietor of an exclusive and tastefully decorated inn and casino popular with human nobles. Mother's famous diplomat. So basically, the best of the best of the best.
Spellcasting prodigy.
This is like Mary Sue OC right here.
Personally, I like to play my characters like that.
When not chasing down lost treasures and wayward vampires, she works in marine biology off the coast.
What?
To rehabilitate sick dolphins and make friends with those passing by.
Does she give them antidepressants in the form of hand jobs?
Damn it.
God damn you all.
He's also an astronaut. He also writes children's books.
She invented
and owns an international cosmetic company. She invents chocolates. She invented magic chocolate. She invented magic peanut butter. She's a soap opera star. Dated a rock star. Runs a convenient home for senior dogs.
Wait.
Speaks several languages. Seriously, this is literally a Mary Sue. Literally.
No. She's a football playing king in space.
Yeah.
Her best friend is Ursula.
Oh, that's the dwarf. That's the dwarf fighter that she pals with. That's one of the other players' characters. But this makes the character I made in the old vampire one-off that we played look completely shit, because Matt, which was the guy I played, was just this 7-foot tall brute that was raised by a Fundy family out in like the Utah, Arizona region before he broke free from that. So unrefined, intelligent guy could hit like a truck before becoming a Bruja.
Yeah, no. But if you're an astronaut?
No, but he's a vampire.
Did he write a children's book?
Too bad. Next!
Game on. So they start on their Monday night game. And as they're sitting along, setting up, the DM begins. I don't know if it's the scent of his markers or all the mouth I'm about to do, but I'm lost already. Math hard, cause I woman. This is the most sexist thing I've ever seen since anything Phyllis Schlafly wrote. Remember her?
Unfortunately.
Too bad the make-believe city of Sharn isn't serviced by OnStar. Before we can send our characters on their first adventure, we need to make sure they've got the right gear. The DM sets the stage for us. You've come to a large piazza. I think they mean plaza. Shrub-shrouded sidewalks lead to shops supplying food, armor, and weapons. We're at a mall? I ask, easily getting into character. What character?
So far, this role-playing thing isn't so challenging.
Because you're being yourself, dumbass.
No, Teddy says it's outside.
But lots of malls are outside, I say.
Fashion Valley Mall in San Diego is one of the nicest outdoor malls in the country, Calvin says. Hank looks disappointed that his friend would know this.
I remember, Hank Hill is disappointed. Man, Calvin ain't right.
I love Fashion Valley, Lucy says. I haven't shopped in so long.
Fine, the DM says. You're in a mall. Just gives up on life.
Let's go! I say as our minis charge through Fashion Valley Piazza. It's the Nordstrom at yearly half sale.
Why would I
Why would I
charge for that?
charge
It's
for
for
that?
women and children only.
We can make it for men too. I offer.
Uh,
And then realize I might be stepping on the Dungeon Master's toes.
You're
I mean,
uh,
too late.
Teddy and
If-
Helena simultaneously roll their eyes. She'd cast Get a Life on the whole room if she could.
It's clear Helena doesn't like her, probably because she actually does play D&D.
Yeah.
This is a
But
shit
why would
show.
she play a monk?
I don't know.
There are people dumb
Yeah.
enough to want to play that.
Or I don't know. Who knows what this level or anything was supposed to be? Maybe this was just a one shot.
Can we stop at the food court? Hank asks. I'm starving. You're metagaming again. Accuses the role playing, please.
oh God.
Fine. Can Yakama stop at the food court? He's starving.
There is no food court. The DM explains it's the Middle Ages. Wait. Literally the first thing. Shrub-shrouded sidewalks lead to shops supplying food, armor, and weapons. DM?
Uh-oh.
Nice.
I think he was just getting annoyed at this point.
Probably, but still.
There is too a food court, Calvin says. They even have a cheesecake factory.
Wait, so does this place take place in Detroit? Because that's the only place in Michigan with a fucking cheesecake factory.
Oh no, Detroit.
You know, it's like one of the biggest fuck yous you could possibly get is if you get a coupon to a place that you have to drive like 3 hours to, and it's in a fucking slum.
Yeah. I love Cheesecake Factory. Let's go there.
That was the best Christmas gift I've ever gotten.
For those wondering, the Diopsid had a coworker at his old place who for Christmas gave him a fucking wasn't it an expired Cheesecake Factory?
It wasn't expired, but the only Cheesecake Factory was in a place I would rather never want to drive if I wanted to keep all of my tires.
Also, like I'm not gonna reveal anything, but he lives nowhere near Detroit. Let's just keep that in mind.
Yeah, like at least like 3 hours away. Well, 5 hours now, but like yeah.
Hours away. This would be like if some asshole gave me a Cracker Barrel coupon. And I'm like, well, cool. I gotta drive 2.5 hours to reach there because there's no local Cracker Barrel near me.
Oh, I love this detail. Teddy puts down his pencil and picks up a Tom Clancy novel. He crosses one leg over the other and settles into where he left off.
Hey, didn't you do that once when we were just going on and on? Didn't you just like crack open like the Dunwich Horror and just start reading or something?
I might have.
I remember you were reading one. It was either a Lovecraft or a Robert Bloch book. Because we wouldn't fucking stop. Oh man. Oh god, history's repeating. What happened in this book happened in real life.
Armando, who until this point has remained as neutral as tofu in a stir fry, is concerned.
It's concerned.
I think we're pissing off the dungeon master, and it's probably not a good idea to do that. He is in control of our fate, after all.
No, it's sometimes fun to needle them, though.
I know.
I say
it's
that
one-
as a
It's one
DM.
thing to it's one thing to needle, and then it's another to try and usurp DM ship.
Oh yeah, hijack like what she's doing.
To be fair, he's a dungeon master in the group with the author of this book.
And he's the
kinda
one
feel
that
for him.
knows. He knew what was going to be happening.
Oh, and like it says, aside from Helena, Armando is the only member of our group who has played D&D before. So
Oh no!
Oh, that's
We're all
cursed. That's
There's
fucking
only-
cursed.
So wait. Out of this group of players, 4 have never played D&D before.
And apparently, Teddy, the DM's never gamed either.
Oh no!
Oh,
Oh, I feel so much sympathy for Teddy now.
It's his first time DMing, so it's not. So it doesn't matter if he knew what these people are. He could never imagine it would have been this bad.
I'm just now envisioning, you know that Chewbacca in Pain, you don't know how bad it really is. Just him as the DM.
Oh god, poor Teddy.
The dice are in control of your fate, Teddy says, not looking down from the page. Not me.
Oh, that's something you should never say.
Oh.
Because then group thinks that means you're giving them a free pass.
Oh yeah, there's assholes who will be like, but I rolled a 20 on a skill check. Yeah, but you're not. There's no way you can forcibly woo a person who's literally faithfully bound by their god to stick with this order. You cannot convince this paladin.
That's also like allowing a player, not even allowing, just allowing a player to try and roll diplomacy check. Like I want the king to give me the kingdom. I rolled a natural 20.
but I rolled a natural 20.
Or like with the promiscuous bard, like it's kind of like I want to seduce the person. That person's gay.
That person's a part of the the Amazon Legion. Well, so what does that mean? It's an all lesbian unit.
It's even better.
Yeah, well, I rolled 20.
Cool, we can have a threesome. It's like no,
and I just say because you rolled a 20, she doesn't deck you with her enhanced strength.
She chuckles slightly
and is impressed you had the balls to say something like that.
I rolled a 20 on my climb check. Can I throw a rope up in the air and then climb it up?
And
where'd you throw it up to?
And that's why
the air.
There is actually a rule for that where you have to roll over a 100 on a use rope check to pull that shit off.
Yeah, I will say there is a reason why, at least in 3.5, you cannot crit fail or crit succeed on skill checks.
The question is, can I use a use rope check to end my life right now?
Oh yeah, it's like DC. Depending on how good you are with use rope, it's like anywhere between a DC 15 and DC 25. But so anyway, yeah, the first time DM made a critical error in life. Now who's metagaming? I say, wow, she's actually back-chatting with the DM. Now who's metagaming? I say, which makes no sense, but I really like tossing the word metagaming around. She doesn't even know what it means.
Well, you're certainly a tosser.
She's like a Shoggoth, just mindlessly repeating words it hears from previous words.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think a Shoggoth would probably be a more intelligent player. And their brains just spontaneously dissolve.
That's not metagaming, says Helena. Scratch that. Working into every conversation that doesn't include Helena, who obviously has the power to shift herself into a glossary.
How dare she? How dare she actually have the audacity to read the fucking player's handbook? How dare she?
Oh, look, she came up with her own slang, meta mouth.
Oh wow, she really hates getting told. So let's get back to this metagaming business because it'll probably haunt you. As the DM describes it, role-playing means you listen to the dungeon master and decide what your character does based on their strengths, weaknesses, and personality. Metagaming is asking the dungeon master a question and watching his face to see if he's hiding anything. No, that's just one of them. There's a million definitions. One of my favorite ones, and this is from actually a comic too, is the DM is describing the scene. Okay, you've entered the fen, and you hear the loud guttural roars of trolls. Don't worry, guys. I got care of this. I'm gonna cast fire. All trolls are weak to fire. That's a great example of metagaming right there. Another example is just kind of unintentional, where you're just trying to remind people of the setting, even though your character doesn't know it.
And then I guess it's just a minor example of minor metagame that everyone kind of thinks like oh, if you walk into a giant empty room with a single chest in there,
There's a monster in there.
everyone with half a brain cells to rub together knows that this is a trap. But it's really obnoxious if the GM tries to. But your character doesn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, well, yeah, it's still suspicious though.
Who the fuck leaves treasure just lying in the middle of the room? That just
Unless it's exactly as it seems, and it's just a psych out.
That could be. I was thinking like it's that, but then like the old wizard that's not actually dead's like, aha! I have tricked them. Now they'll never know the real treasure. And he opens up the pedestal underneath. Yes, yes, because it's like a hidden door on the fucking pedestal.
Okay, let's stop having fun and get back to this crap.
Oh, we're having
Let's
fun
stop.
regardless. But we're rambling real hard, but that's fine. Her example she gives is, upon learning of a secret doorway in a dingy old dungeon with an odd-shaped footprint leading up to it, my character, Astrid, might say something like, let's check this out. I've got a light source and I'm number one. Astrid's mommy might say something like, doesn't Astrid see those footprints? Doesn't she know something's hiding there? Is she stupid? Hey, if you spend all the time creating a character, it's only natural you want to protect her. But if you know something your character doesn't, don't let it influence the game.
No, that's not metagaming. If you see footprints, that means, something's been here. Then you can just make the logical conclusion. If something was here, maybe it's still here.
Maybe it's like she thinks like if your character's like supposed to be a stupid character and low intelligence, you're supposed to like not ignore those footprints.
That's
or
more
something.
of a low wisdom stat, really.
Yeah.
Maybe low int both and low wisdom,
Well,
probably.
intelligence is more for book smarts.
Wisdom is more
Yeah, like
thinking on the
wisdom
fly
is
and
for street
experience.
smarts. Is like
Yeah.
for street smarts.
So how about we think of a way to make it up for the GM over a piece of peanut butter and toffee cheesecake? Ew.
Yeah, gross.
I don't eat cheesecake. I'm lactose intolerant.
And I'm allergic to peanuts, so I can't have peanut butter.
I'm lactose intolerant. That's why I set the line.
God, you're allergic to everything, aren't you? Poor bastard.
You don't even know.
So anyway, Helena gets angry at this point. She takes her mini off of the playmat and begins packing up her handbooks. We're supposed to be playing D&D, not planning a happy hour. No one said anything about happy hour, Calvin says. But now that she
God,
did, Lucy says her eyes are red from lack of sleep, making it look like she's already had a few hours of happiness. The fact that she knows a person is drunk just from their eye color is interesting.
Lena's right, Hank says, which makes my ears bleed. Teddy doesn't have all day. Let's get back to the plaza. We can get cheesecake later.
Elena shoots me one of those I smell something sour smirks and shrugs her shoulders with false modesty. I'm not even the one who wanted cheesecake. Rewind 25 years ago and she's racing down my sidewalk with Beauty Secrets Barbie in one hand and a fistful of polyester. What?
Yeah,
What?
what is
What?
She's thinking she's a bitch, so she's remembering back when she was a little kid and she did something embarrassing.
But they don't know each other.
Feels I don't know.
She doesn't like the actual serious gamer girl in the group.
Yeah,
She makes it that obvious with the way she writes every action Helena does.
Yeah, she's kind of being a bitch to her. and, like,
Yeah.
She's being catty. She's being a catty bitch.
I'm glad we have a female here to call this out.
Yeah.
You called up.
Yeah, that's why I'm here. I'm here to offer female perspective because, like, I don't want you guys being labeled as sexist for totally tearing
Oh, they
this
won't
woman
fucking
apart.
care. They won't fucking care. Anyone who actually cares enough to watch this won't fucking care.
Yeah, because plus they'll know that this book
To
is
give you an
sexist.
idea, weirdos who have that problem, they'll accuse you of just being what was it, sexist, self-hating, or something stupid.
Self-hating is reading this book. That's self-hate right there.
I think it's kind of interesting in the Trainwreck session story time from the point of view of one of that guys that the poor fucking DM had to play with.
Oh God.
Calvin, from what I remember, is the other one because I think he plays like a weird sweaty rape goblin or something.
Yeah, like a pervy cleric.
Yeah, one of them plays a pervy cleric, basically making
Yeah,
Moroku from
Calvin.
Inuyasha.
Yeah, Calvin. Calvin is the one who does that.
Or Jiraiya Sensei from Naruto.
Yeah,
God.
well, Jiraiya doesn't usually fondle though.
He just likes to.
just ogles. He likes to look, not touch.
I guess that makes him far classier. Oh my God.
He is a classier man. That's just awful
Oh.
because he's a drunk fucking hermit that spies on women in his bath. Okay, so fine, Calvin says. Instead of Cheesecake Factory, it can be the old, because Y-E actually is the old-timey way of spelling the. Because letter Y was used to, there used to be a letter in the language spoken, in short, there used to be a letter called thorn. It represented TH noises. It was translated as Y, and then it just got broken into TH. So, the old mead and ale factory. But we should still get a good meal in. It's important to keep our metabolism up.
I'm not sure that's how biology works.
It's called you want some good pub food, damn it. More
Yeah.
more pie, mash, and jellied eels, god damn it. I'm pretty sure Amok isn't training for a triathlon, and I could use my new favorite word and call metagaming again. My new favorite word's like a fucking toddler.
It's DSP. It's DSP.
Online lag. Metagaming. Or it's movie Bob with Superior.
Oh.
Oh god, at this rate we're never going to get to the jellied meatballs, which is one of the many recipes in this book, because this book has recipes, so let's continue. So, the DM bookmarks his page and asks us if we're sure. Oh, the DM's, are you sure? If you don't get much, he doesn't get much time to read these days and was really getting into the book. Oh wow, he's getting catty and sarcastic himself. Convinced, he begins to spin a tale of murder, intrigue, and mystery. We're enjoying an evening stroll through Fashion Valley Plaza when rain begins pounding down, making it hard to see. Oh no, I say, hoping Astrid's purple cloak has a magic hood tucked inside. The DM continues his camp counselor voice. The lanterns lighting the paths barely illuminate a few feet ahead of you. Everyone, give me a spot check. What Teddy's asking us to do is to roll a 20-sided die and add the dice numbers total under the spot in the skill section of your character sheet. You're basically finding out what, if anything, your character sees that could help you make a decision about what to do. If you roll high, you're probably very observant and caught a clue. If you roll low, you're probably digging lip gloss out of the bottom of your purse and missed the whole thing. Shavrin, I say, giving the DM my total. He shakes his head, giving me an I don't think so look. Astrid was too busy pulling gum off her heels to notice anything.
Hank, it seems like he's trying.
He's trying.
Yeah, well, it's better than Calvin.
Well, maybe she was busy undressing Amok with her eyes.
Every time he does that, it feels like centipedes crawling on my flesh.
Oh my God.
Why did they invite this creep?
I don't think they knew he was a creep.
The thing is, can any of these chuckle fucks run a charmer character the right way?
No.
Oh,
That requires basic social intuition.
Maybe she's nearsighted, Lucy says. It's okay. But it's not okay because I feel very let down for failing my first roll. I failed. I failed.
In no time, she'll be duct taped in the back of a van with two derelicts claiming they wanted to smell her perfume. Holy...
Instantly going mentally down because of one not so good roll. I checked to see if common sense is a skill choice so I could dump all my points there. 24, Helena. Wait, she must have rolled really high. So Helena got a 24. What I hear is, you people suck. Everyone else's scores range from 12 to 19. The DM goes camp counselor on us again. All right, Tenoctrus, which is Helena's character, I think, and Hank, you notice a cloaked figure moving in the dark, seemingly making an effort to avoid the dim pools of light. Everyone seems sufficiently impressed by this except me. It's a mall. Why is it weird to see someone walking around? This is like watching a caveman try to figure out how to use a fucking rifle. I'm not gonna lie.
It's one of those memes where someone says something's going on and you see a bunch of wacky numbers and charts
Oh, yeah.
above their head trying to figure it out.
This is like Patrick trying to figure out how to firmly grasp the lid and twist it off.
Twist it off.
No, Patrick, the lid. The lid. Lid. Freeze!
Lightning flashes, Teddy continues, and you notice a shape on the cobblestones. The shadowy figure slips over the railing and into the night. Armando does that dun 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 sound, like an organ in a bad B movie. It's inevitable that someone does this every encounter.
Wah, wah, wah.
Let's see.
Oh, you mean scary. I thought you meant farce. Sorry, I got them confused.
I feel-
dun dun dun.
I feel like I just stepped into a Melrose Place rerun.
I feel like I
Which-
just went on a roller coaster and it's just crashing head first into my fucking coffin.
Which makes me giddy with glee. It takes about an entire episode's time to decide if we should call the police or go after the shadowy silhouettes ourselves. Where's Heather when he... Where's who?
Who's Heather Locklear?
I guess that's like the protagonist?
Oh, Melrose Plays. I've never watched that.
I don't know.
Yeah, all this stuff is so dated. Like, I don't even know any of this.
Maybe
Like,
this is more ADD than D&D, but you get the gist, right? So she's having like a fucking attention fritz out, I guess. And there's a Dear Diary quote where
Oh yeah, this looks really bad. We should probably read this. Dear Diary, ever have one of those days when you wish you were somebody else? I'm having one today. Why did I have to be born with these super special magical skills?
I'm cursed with awesome. Oh my god, we're going that route.
My mom says it's an inborn talent and there's nothing I can do about it. I didn't choose magic, it chose me, yada yada yada.
You can choose to make magic work though if you're a wizard.
Daddy once told me some sorcerers believe dragon's blood is in our veins. Maybe that's why I feel like a flaming bitch sometimes.
I actually don't mind that little line there.
Anyways, my friend Ursula's a fighter. She's trained all her life to be a fighter. She won't cop to it, but I know she's got a few regulars who will pay her to get a job done on their behalf. She's pretty hush-hush about these things, but once even she said it was better if I didn't know, I let it drop. Of course, I mean, I do watch The Sopranos after all.
So how?
How? This is this is like D&D world.
You know,
The
if this was a
Sopranos.
character, that'd be great. But no, this is her in real life.
I'm sure Ursula would think it would be cool to magically send secret messages to anyone who is asleep or charm a monster and believing it's your ally. Just like I think it would be cool to drop kick an ogre in my ballet flats or unstick the lid to a jar of honey after it hardens in your cabinet for a year. Ursula's pretty badass. She's also a dwarf, which makes her pretty short. She may be able to open the jar of honey, but she certainly could reach it. And as pretty as it is, her calves are so freaking huge. She'd never be able to find tall boots to zip over them.
If I remember right, wasn't Ursula's character like a charisma 6?
Yeah, plus, you would probably make wide calf boots for people. There's such a thing as wide calf boots, so she would probably find some.
Since dwarves are an entire race, they probably make stuff specifically for dwarves. Just saying.
That implies she knows anything about anything.
I
Who
guess being
cares?
an
Who
elf
cares?
Yeah, I guess being an elf has its advantages, like a long, graceful build and no facial hair saves me a fortune on eyebrow waxings, and I could always be be a socially challenged monk with a major chip on my shoulder, like Tenoch
Like in her
trips.
own fucking diary, she's making pot shots at Helena. What a fucking loser.
Yeah, what a
Wow.
bitch! She's such a bitch.
Yeah.
Oh
And
dear.
Have we not learned this already?
Oh dear, I just got a bad case of the willies. Okay, maybe life isn't so bad after all. Besides, there has to be a spell out there to open sticky jars, right? Love, Astrid.
So, greatsword, don't leave home without it. If Dungeons and Dragons had a fashion tag, I'd recommend that your character always be equipped with the following items: a melee weapon such as a sword or dagger, ranged weapons such as a bow or crossbow, class appropriate armor or shield for clerics and fighters, class specific items such as a holy symbol or thieves' tools, light sources such as torches and lanterns, tinder twigs or matches, a backpack, and food rations. She actually got most of them right. The only thing she's
Yeah.
missing is water skin. So
Oh yeah.
she's gonna dehydrate.
She's
Water! I need water!
I
Well, now
don't
whenever-
need it.
now-
I
now I'm
don't
the-
need it.
I don't-
I don't need
Need
it.
it.
I
Need it.
when I'm thinking of Tinder Twig, now I'm just thinking of Tinder in the completely wrong context right now.
Yeah.
By the way,
Honestly,
do you like
I'm not
the?
even joking. I'm not even joking. I'd rather go back on Tinder than this.
Oh
Do
God!
you
Oh
like
my!
Do you like the very stereotypical photo right here?
Oh yeah,
no.
with her holding a high-heeled shoe, like in like a shopping mall. Like,
I hate every bit of this. Must keep going.
will work for
Green.
masculine armor.
Got a little jingle in your
Work
pocket?
for
That's the sound of gold and silver pieces eagerly awaiting some serious spendage. Now,
work for exposure.
now that you
Will
have
work for Expo. Oh, fuck you! That's great.
now that you have your character has a purpose, it's time for what I deem the most important part of the game: shopping.
Ooh, la, la. Say ooh, hoo, hoo, la. I'm just imagining that was in their mind when they did this.
That's like the least important part of like of D&D.
I'm just
Like,
envisioning the editor given this, like they look at it, you just hear, "Hello, darkness, my old friend.
I've
Well,
come
yeah,
Oh, darkness,
actually-
my old
again."
friend.
To be fair, shopping actually is a pretty important part of at least 3.5, which is what this book is mostly talking about.
I think building the character's skeleton, though, is the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Especially feats, because I'm not going to lie, feats are the weak point for me. It takes me forever to set up those.
Especially for martial classes, what
Yeah, with a
equipment they have
caster,
to make or break that.
just pick meta magic. It's pretty easy. For cleric, divine meta magic. Normal magic guy, meta magic.
Well, I was referring to equipment, not feats.
Oh, with equipment, that's martials are more important.
Speaking of which, she doesn't talk about feats in this book.
Of course
Why?
not.
I don't know, but like
I
she
would,
should.
you.
Feats are like one of the most important things. They what make the character like special and like how you get like certain builds.
And if you're
Like-
I'm sorry, but if you're retarded and you pick a fighter, they're your bread and butter. You kind of need that to actually get going on things.
Yeah, like why isn't she talking about feats?
Same with ranged weapons. If you want to spec in that, feats are your bread and butter.
Yeah, like she doesn't talk about feats at all. Like I don't get it.
So anyway, starting a D&D adventure with a new character is much like starting middle school with a backpack filled with sharpened pencils, a scientific calculator, and a brand spanking new trapper keeper. That's dated as hell. Is it going to try to take over the world?
I hope so.
Mm.
I can counter something dated with something even more dated. This I can do. This is where I'll outshine my fellow players. Surely I could rocket through a few hundred levels with my bargain hunting prowess. This is something I know. Shopping! Help me shopping!
Unfortunately, Target doesn't carry holy symbols or crossbows. They should.
That'd be pretty bitch. No, wait. It depends on the target.
Targets
Depends on
sometimes do have hunting departments, yeah.
Yeah, or like, what about rosaries? They should. What about? Have you ever seen any rosaries in Target?
Nope. I have to go. Like the closest places I know to buy rosaries is actually at a Hindu and Muslim halal shop
Really,
Huh.
like,
because they offer some of that as well as religious oils and candles for ceremonies.
I know like Christian bookstores have them, but that's pretty obvious.
There is a Christian bookstore that's about was it 5 minutes away from there on the yeah, like that's the places you'd have to go for those.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, they do not. Until now, dressing for battle meant putting preemptive band-aids on my heels before slipping into my favorite, albeit ill-fitting shoes. In the land of dungeon delving, it means outfitting your character with proper equipment. The kind of proper equipment you'd expect to see in a hunting lodge deep in the bowels of nothingness, North Dakota. Actually, scratch that. You've never expected to see this. And now for the proverbial monsoon over your shopping parade. We need to talk money. You need to know what you're spending before you can spend it, right?
Oh yes, the ultimate enemy of the shopper girl actually having to pay for things.
You could just shoplift, right?
Or use your credit card.
You know, the idea of shoplift does not in the context of D&D. It's not a bad choice if you're clever.
Unless you've got exalted party members.
or you or the fact that you're gonna never be allowed to show up in that town again.
Or the or the
The DM
DM
likes
just
to
starts.
punish dickholes.
Or you decide to loot the shop of a former adventurer.
That's why
Well,
some
then
DMs.
your living rights have just expired.
That's why some DMs make all shop owners former adventurers.
Like you try to steal a potion of healing, and you just hear in the back, "You've chosen death, then."
Trust
and
me,
the last thing you see is a wizard throwing fucking disintegrate at you. You've chosen death. DC 40 to not die instantly.
But I'm level 1. DC 40!
Oh my
This is
god.
why you just don't steal from random people, asshole.
At that level, even if he did roll a 20, the 66 damage would cause him to disintegrate anyways.
I know.
That's the best part.
The best idea is to randomly mix it in. So not all of them, but there's always like one or two shops that is with a former epic level adventurer.
Yeah,
Well, wait. What you need to do is you need to have Schrodinger's shopkeeper. You never stat them out until you need to. So that way you can just pull it out.
Wait, you guys stat out shopkeepers?
No,
No.
of course not.
Yeah, like that like what you described like intermittently like just put like epic level like shopkeepers like in like disperse them. That's actually like a behavioral psychology thing called like intermittent punishment, where you don't know when you're getting punished. It's kind of like Russian roulette kind of in a way.
Yeah, it's actually it tends to be far more effective than just punishing you every single time.
Yeah, like because you don't know.
Because sometimes you get away with it. Sometimes you go to bed and you wake up and there's a knife to your throat and said, "I used to do stuff like that to other shopkeepers." This is what I do to fuckers
I've
like me."
learned from my mistakes. I'm going to teach you yours.
And then he just rips your tongue out.
Well, no. He plane shifts you to the plane of fire. Bye.
Well, I was thinking he's like a level bullshit rogue. so he leaves you with 1 HP with a knife. Like he cuts you up a bit and then he steals all of your loot and everyone else's loot. And then throws it into the plane of fire. Hope you learned your lesson, boy. Sorry about that, guys, viewers. The whole point of this book is we're going to be a lot more freeform and rambly.
Because
It's palate cleansing and it's also kind of funny. So gold digging. The common currency in D&D consists of gold, silver, and copper pieces, or GP, SP, and CP, respectively. For example, if a manicure and pedicure costs 5 gold pieces, that's 5 gold pieces and really freaking expensive for a mani-pedi. Try one of those quickie walk-in joints attached to every strip mall. Generally, every character starts off with enough money to buy basic gear. You'll earn more money along the way, and if you choose to spend it on a new crossbow or a rock hammer, that's fine. By the way, if you choose to spend money on designer shoes, that's okay too. Says who? Says me. That's who.
Who says
course
it?
you
It was by my will. God damn it! It was by my will.
When choosing your gear, don't forget to check out your racial advantages. That's not always useful, though.
It depends.
Yeah.
The only time I've ever had to use it was with a monk I played, an elven monk, and it's just because it allowed me to do stuff from a distance. Basically, I would pull out a crossbow every now and again. Not a crossbow, a longbow. I had a brain moment. For example, elves are automatically proficient with longsword and shortbow along with other weapons, so it makes sense to carry them. Not really. Unless, of course, your weapon of choice is a Fendi bag full of pepper spray.
you just have a bag of holding of sand that you throw at people.
I
throw it in there. I throw it in their eyes.
I'm now envisioning playing a low-level gnome wizard because I have an unfortunate habit of making gnomes my farce characters. Like a gnome Dale Gribble, who just, like, he has a little satchel bag and he just, pocket sand!
I mean, I'll say this: I never liked WoW, but I can say the one thing it has given us is the wonderful sport of gnome kicking.
Gnome hunting, always a solid sport.
So the D&D rule books make it easy to gear up for adventure by offering every class a starting package consisting of equipment appropriate to your character's class. If you choose to handpick your goods, you purchase items a la carte with a random number of gold determined by your character's class. No, there's also starting gold, but you have to have the Dungeon Master's Guide. At least to get the proper one, because again, the reason we're not showing the book in its physical form is because Wizards of the Coast is very persnickety about what you show off. They're very litigious in that, so we can't really show you the book, and that's kind of why we're also rambling.
I.e., they're assholes.
I can kind of understand. The SRD is usually fine. It's the stuff outside of that, since they want you to buy it.
They need money somehow.
It's
Fuck
reasonably fair.
They won't make money if we just pirate everything.
But again, that's why we're also kind of jumping around a little bit. So I'm not a risk taker when it comes to money. I don't even like buying things on clearance if it means final sale. But I do like buying things.
Ha ha ha! Materialism.
Just
consume product and eagerly await for next products, you fucking pig. Eat the slop before the slaughter to your new corporate god.
Fuck me.
I'm shallow.
I feel dead inside.
But product make me not feel dead inside.
It makes me feel dead inside.
If only slightly.
Consumer goods make me not want to just put this shotgun to my fucking head.
I mean, come on, we can't listen. We can't listen to the Gray's advice at all time, which is just fucking do it.
Do it,
fag. Do it. Make your dreams a reality.
Don't let your memes be dreams. just cut to a newspaper. Tragic suicide. Don't let your memes be dreams.
Is it really tragic though?
This is a spicy episode.
Oh, what?
We haven't even gotten to the cooking yet. We're having a lot of spiciness today.
We're all terrible people. We all know that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna end up in free speech jail.
We're gonna end up in hell.
Yeah.
Oh, hell.
In before hell is just reading this book for an eternity.
I do like buying things, so I opted to buy Astrid's gear item by item. Doing so means the dice once again determine my fate. This time the fate of my bank statement. Random starting gold for your class is determined by rolling a 4-sided die, multiplying that number by a predetermined number, and multiplying again by 10. Huh? I hear you. Bear with me. Actually, that's only for starting gold for level 1. And a lot of DMs usually fudge that, just to make sure that you have enough to not be like, imagine a fighter who can't even fucking afford a sword.
But let's be honest. We all know some DMs that just love to screw players out of everything and make every little gold piece a struggle.
Level 20, you get your first gold piece. You've been using nothing but copper the entire time in a few seconds.
God, could you imagine ever seeing someone that cheap ass of a DM?
I don't know if that type of DM exists among us. I wonder who's had a problem with that in the past.
Okay, you're not even being set on anymore.
Don't bully them. They at least gave us gold pieces.
This is true.
The only thing is, we should have at least been able to get a +1 by level 6. Or at least more masterwork than the one weapon.
We're being a bunch of assholes. We love you, buddy.
We're awful, yeah. But
We're all going to hell.
Oh, that's just guaranteed.
Yeah, we are.
So sorcerers roll 3d4 times 10. Don't panic. This is not a test.
You math.
Oh no! Fourth grade third grade math.
Oh no! My feeble woman brain can't handle it. Shopping, reality TV. Woo.
The only times like I can handle math is if it's like percent off with like sales for like shoes.
You think she could? You really think she could?
No, because a lot of Karens don't even understand the concept of an expiration date, so they can't even use coupons, right?
Okay, I think they don't understand the actual value of off. They just know it costs less than the usual.
Like, these are people that struggle with buy one get one free.
And they don't get the read the fine print of equal or lesser value.
But this is not a test. Don't panic. Do not fear at basic multiplication. Oh god, just imagine handing Fatal where you have to do the quadratic equation.
Oh no!
Why did you bring Fatal up?
Fatal should never be brought up.
No, I'm not mentioning the other things. I'm just mentioning the quadratic formula that you have to do.
The least terrible part about Fatal.
That's saying something.
Okay, how about mutants and masterminds where you have to do subtraction after you determine
that's
your
better.
rules?
Oh.
That's horrible.
I repeat, this is not a test. That means I roll a 4-sided die 3 times, or you just roll 3 of them, and multiply that total by 10 to come up with my bank statement. Sure, easier than managing my 401k plan. My first tumble of the 4-sided die lends me a paltry 1. Boo! Then I roll a 3. Better. Finally, I roll another 1. Horrible. So she multiplies 5, and she has to explain to the readers how she got to 5. It comes up with 50.
The readers are women who don't understand math and basic arithmetic.
Wait. Okay, so I'm confused. So how did she get 5? Because that's a 3 and a 1 and a 1. There's no 5 there.
Wait, I thought 1 plus 3 plus 1 equals 131.
Yeah.
That's 25 GP short of the sorcerer average. So far, this little game of fantasy is feeling very realistic. That sucks, I tell the DM, hoping he has some Dungeon Master Trust Fund spell he could cast on me. I can barely afford socks, let alone my dream shoes. You know what my response would have been if I was the DM? I would have just said, that's actually a small fortune in this setting.
Yeah.
Because funnily enough, especially in Greyhawk, I don't really know about Faerun, but gold pieces are only used like that would be the equivalent of a peasant's yearly salary, a commoner's yearly salary or
Well,
monthly.
and that's not necessarily true. They're paid a silver piece a day, so it's still a
It's
lot.
still like 2 weeks salary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And that's like a trained journeyman in a specific craft. An untrained hireling that's untrained is still like a few copper pieces a day. So a gold piece is pretty significant. That's like your big boy. Like if you spend a gold piece, say on
Come on, this is a spoiled brat.
so 50. I only have. Let's calculate. It's 50 gold pieces divided by times 14. How many? I only. You don't understand. I only have 500 days worth of money left.
Oh my gosh, is this the pissed Pablo version of the you only care about money?
500 days. I'll starve in a year and a half.
It's more money than I have.
It's more money than any of us have.
Don't worry, you'll be fine, the GM says. Sorcerers don't use a lot of weapons. You'll be relying on cast spell from memory and your charisma. Great, I think. I'm playing the elf version of Oliver Twist. Oh no! 50 gold pieces means I'm poor. Please, sure. Can I have some more gold pieces? I saw the most darling little jacket and I'm out of condition. To give you an idea, there's an outfit section in the player's handbook she does not mention. And they even describe the prices. Like, I think a courtier's, like a aristocrat's outfit's still less than 50 gold.
It's 25. I think it's 25.
So that's like that's a nobleman's outfit. Like, the finest of material. And apparently she's broke. She's broke because how dare I have 500 days worth of pay on hand for a skilled journeyman, like a skilled hireling.
Oh, yeah.
I think.
Okay.
I was just gonna say, I think in one of the D20 modern books, they did a rough conversion of gold pieces into what the equivalent of a real world thing would be. And I think they had like the conversion rate of a single gold piece is like around $20.
That's not entirely off, I would say, at least because of inflation. But I thought it was more you did requisition.
Yeah, in baseline modern, but I think I'm not entirely sure where it was from.
I think it's it's one of the supplement books.
Yeah, it was a supplement book.
So yeah, here's does this chainmail make me look fat?
Oh.
Combat gear like a channel suit and a pair of Manolo sling. I don't know what any of these are.
We're schlubs. We don't know this shit.
Does anyone know what
I'm the
this
type
is?
of person that would dress like Rich Evans with my Pac-Man shirt and fucking denim.
I've heard of Chanel, but like it's like a high fashion brand, and like I've heard of Manolo, but I think it's like a purse brand.
Never goes out of style, and when you're set loose to a war zone, whether it's a first date, second interview, or third level troll, a third level troll character, that's like a CR9. Holy shit.
Your DM's an asshole.
I think they're level 5 too for maximum hilarity.
Oh, maybe that a troll versus like a group of 5, maybe I could do it.
Yeah.
I mean, still, a troll with character levels is pretty scary.
I mean, yeah, it's scary, but I could see it be doable.
Looking good is half the battle. Below are the standard armor and weapon choices, some of the popular classes. Remember, if you can't run and heals, you better carry a pack of cross trainers.
Should we read the pink box before we go into like the
Oh yeah, this is her whining. So armor all, armor some. It's really no matter that I lack the funds to fill my designer backpack with weaponry. Sorcerers cannot use most weapons, instead rely on their casting ability. Personally, I think this is an advantage, as I imagine my fellow adventurers, knees bent in proper form, heavy, non-ergonomic backpacks, breastplates, and sheath-covered swords strapped onto their backs. They remind me of the mothers traveling solo on airplanes that hold everyone up when boarding because they've got 7 Batman carry-ons, 3 strollers, 12 binkies, 40 blankies, and 17,000 baggies full of Cheerios.
Oh, I'm so sorry that this woman was trying to do something for her kid.
You like shaming mothers or something?
She's shaming mothers who have to sometimes go on trips with their frickin' infants. That happens.
Oh,
Yeah.
I hate children.
so
That's this person. That's Shelly.
But guess what? She actually did have a son eventually.
Eventually.
Oh no.
Reluctantly.
Before she became a dead egger.
Oh God. Oh my God.
Me with my chapstick, iPod, and copy of Marie Claire pity these women. And who wants to wear armor? Not flattering until Betsy Johnson designs a classic chainmail suit. I think I'll stick to my Shogun attire. I'm
Then
gonna
you just-
disagree. Have you ever seen? I'm gonna show you a Landsknecht. I can't pronounce that word. Landsknecht.
Oh yes, the
are
German
some-
mercenaries.
Those are some fancy looking motherfuckers right here.
Some
Yeah,
pretty
plus,
dope.
Plus, even if it isn't, pretty, at least it protects you. That's the whole point of armor, you bitch.
And you can make them look really damn good. I mean, hell, I'll even throw a bit of the Song of Ice and Fire. Let me show one of the Kingsguard. I just picked one at random.
I mean, to be fair, for character class, you really can't use armor anyway.
Yeah.
Because of arcane failure, but still.
I know, but she acts like that
I think
know,
she
but
was just salty that she didn't get at least average gold.
Yeah.
How dare I not get all this gold money?
How dare I can't shop? How dare I can't shop?
I hate this person with a bitter passion.
So, fighters and rangers, weapons. These bad boys and girls have their pick of the litter when it comes to weapons because they're highly skilled with almost all of them. Try a battle axe or longsword for the greatest potential damage. Actually, great sword in my opinion.
It depends on which one. Either or.
Axes
It just depends.
have a bigger damage die and they can triple crit.
It's a preference.
Great swords have you're guaranteed 1 more point of damage on average.
Yeah,
And they're cooler, in my opinion.
Not gonna disagree. Zweihanders or claymores are pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Also, those big fuck off Nodachi swords that the samurai had.
Oh, I love Nodachi. Thank you for bringing that up.
Let's go D&D samurai, please.
Oh.
I'm gonna
No, if you want to play a samurai, you just play as a warblade.
as a
Yeah,
warblade or as like a knight. There is the knight class.
The knight's okay, I guess.
So anyway, they have their pick of pretty much anything. Armor. If it's not 1984 and you don't play guitar in a glam rock, what? It's hard to look good in studded leather, but somehow a ranger can pull it off. Fighter studded leather? No, chain shirts. Chain shirts are bust.
Yeah, chain shirt.
Yeah.
The fuck is wrong with you? Fighters are better protected in the heaviest armor they can afford. It depends on the fighter. I actually think that mobility is better.
Yeah, definitely.
Unless you're like a cleric or a dwarf, there's no reason to do heavy. That's metagaming probably, and you can't. Well, I mean, there are other ways you can, but I prefer having that extra 10-foot movement.
Yeah, it's getting into sometimes the safest thing you can do is getting in that fight as quick as possible.
Plus, if you're like a marshal, you're gonna want that speed so that you can get in before the wizards nuke the thing.
In fact, this is actually something that would actually happen. That hoplites would have the Hoplite Run, which is basically they learn to run in their armor so that they could close the gap as soon as possible.
There's also different. They've experimented with the hoplite form too, to the point where one of the versions was called the Epicratos hoplite, where they gave them completely new sandals that allowed them to traverse more comfy sandals, and they also lightened the load by giving them a lighter cuirass but a heavier shield in response. Basically, not the armor, the shield, because you're working as one. So they gave them a slightly bigger, slightly heavier shield, lighter armor, better shoes, longer spear.
Not to mention, as an Hoplite, your shield functions both as an offensive and defensive item as well.
Though not as good as the Roman shield, which allows you to lock them together.
Oh, I love the Scudum, probably one of the best made shields.
And then they got rid of them because it became too expensive.
It's because my money. We can't afford it. It's too much money.
Let's recruit Germans. Oh no, they're stealing our shit.
Budget cuts! Budget cuts! Budget cuts! Oh, everything's on fire.
We made a terrible mistake. Rogues weapons. The rogue's best weapons is his or her ability to sneak up on an opponent. Rapiers, daggers, and short bows all into the art of surprise. Dagger rogues are okay, but honestly, just I don't know.
Yeah, I
It's
played a
up to you.
dagger rogue. I played a dagger rogue. It's effective. It can be effective.
Yeah.
Yeah, like my Devati rogue, like that they kick ass. Because like double sneak attack, baby.
Oh yeah. But yeah, daggers are all right.
They're a good option if you want something light weapon, especially if you're going to
Or
for some reason.
if you use poison, because you can get those those capsule things for your dagger.
Yeah, that's other weapons don't have it. Daggers can actually have a false compartment that allows the blade to be seeped in and poison.
So you can apply poison as a swift action.
I don't think they can use it with any bladed weapon, but daggers are the ones rogues are proficient in that probably has the most use.
And you can throw them too, pretty far.
Yeah.
So armor rogues aren't quite as flashy as rangers. No, they have the same armor loadout.
Yeah. Get a chain shirt.
I think the only difference is that rangers can equip shields while rogues can't.
Yeah, get a chain shirt.
I prefer the advantages of simple, timeless, unadorned leather armor. Really? Leather?
No, chain shirt.
Chain shirt.
The only way that'd be stupider is if she said padded armor.
The thing is, you could wear studded leather if you have a high enough dexterity. You could have boys that are they're so nimble that they
Because chain shirts do eventually cut, but you could just get rid of that problem by just having it be a mithril chain shirt.
I mean, I don't know. Assuming low levels, you might just want to start out with the leather armor instead of.
Also, if your gold loadout is shit.
Also, it depends. Also, it depends if your DM's an asshole and they're going to throw a lot of rust monsters and other creatures that are going to destroy your metal stuff.
Well, then you just say, okay, I'm going to make this metal armor, but it's not metal. It's mundane crystal. Because you can make armor out of mundane crystal. Or darkwood. Darkwood's an option.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Druids. There's a reason druids can wield heavier armor. That just has to be made out of wood.
It's made out of hardwood.
You just show up with the big book of supplements and start picking out the most obscure things to make armor out of.
Jeez, I wonder who does that.
I'm gonna wear a chain shirt made out of darkwood, and I have Dastana's made of darkwood.
Yeah, that's
Dastana's being from Dragon Magazine.
Actually, all my art, my full plate armor is made out of banded silk. So
that is an option. And banded silk's great because you can use it as a caster without the arcane penalty. I think it only goes as a light armor. Like you can only get it up to light armor, but it's still useful.
Well, yeah, you're bullying the Diopsid for all of his for bringing all this.
No, that shit's useful. Because of that, you guys chew through it. Because of that, you guys, I could throw CR, they're currently level 9 in my Monday games. I could throw a CR 12 at them, and while they panic, they'll fucking take it down 9 times out of 10.
No, in honesty, like I said, it's because it's like the person that finds all the obscure stuff. It's like, I wonder who does that. No, we love the Diopsid, and that's.
I'm completely out of control.
You're a madman. You need to turn in your badge. It's kind of like those generic cop shows.
I play by my own
Except in this
rules.
case, the rebel cop has done everything to accord. He's just brought, if anything, he's just been more litigical, and that's just everyone hates that.
Yeah, so sorcerers and wizards.
Yeah, we'll do sorcerers, wizards, clerics, and I think it's getting late, so we'll
Yeah.
bridge here.
Yeah, I kind of zoned out.
So sorcerers and wizards, weapons. Their weapon choices are limited, so no excess baggage is needed. No matter a sorcerer or wizard's best asset is his or her spellcasting ability anyway, and a winning smile, of course. For those rare occasions, personality can't get out of a big fat mess. Pick up a light crossbow. Not a bad option actually. It's good for early levels, where you'll run out of spells eventually. Armor. Does this half-plate armor make my butt look big? Probably, so it's a good thing sorcerers and wizards don't wear armor. Well, you can. It fucks with their... Oh, she mentions it. Good job. It interferes with their spellcasting ability and even keen fashion sense. She at least explained that. She highlighted
Good.
arcane failure as a problem. And rounding it off, clerics. Weapons. Newbie clerics are only skilled in simple weapons, and that can be problematic for the holy man or woman who doesn't like being second best. Actually, they also get the favored weapon of the deity. Of course, she doesn't know that.
No, it's only if they have the war domain.
If they have a war domain, like if you worship a god with a war domain, their favored weapon a cleric can use.
Yep.
A heavy mace and a shield offer the best protection. Like sorcerers, this class's biggest advantage comes from their magical abilities. Armor, straight up, it's a chain shirt is the best for optimal. Chain shirt's the best for protection.
What? On a cleric?
You know what a freaking chain shirt was, but like she didn't say it for the ranger and like the rogue and stuff.
If I have to guess, that's what they equipped themselves with.
Yeah.
But no, one of the beautiful advantages of clerics are they are a caster that can go full plated armor, which means they can get into combat and not worry about getting hit too hard.
Yes, the best part is
Once it's a cleric has to go the full armor route, but it's an option that's still open to them.
I love it that the fact with
divine casters don't get spell failure chance anyway, so
yeah. So you can go full ham and get the heaviest, fucking thickest armor in the world.
And you just laugh at the enemy as they just glance off you. You can laugh like Frank Horrigan as those dirty mutants try to overcome you.
Ho 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 ho!
Your ride's over.
And speaking of rides being over, I think right now we're done for today.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is gonna take
I want to get off this crazy ride.
One of the disadvantages is since we're going all over the place, expect a lot more of this shit.
Yeah, because
This is
honestly,
pain.
there's so much terrible shit here. It's probably gonna take us a while.
Well, it's a lot of terrible shit, but also since this is a lot more freeform than what we'll usually be doing, this is gonna be a long runner. Just a heads up, folks.
Next time on this shitty book, lotions and potions and plasma screen TVs. Look forward to that crap.
I also hope to Christ we get to some of the bad cooking because that's going to be fun.
Yeah.
That's like the last chapter though. Like either the second to last or the last chapter.
I'm looking forward to the end, and it's not because it's gonna be over. That's actually unusual for me.
Well, at the end there's her character sheet, so there's that.
I cannot wait to pour acid salt all over her cooking.
Yeah, because that's kind of like your specialty is critiquing food.
I am a veteran of the Jack Scalfani School of Salmonella.
What a dubious honor.
I graduated lazy man cum laude. And am a commis chef for watching him complain at customers during his Jack on the go.
Shout out to Aunt Myrna's party cheese salad.
Or as I like to call it, the freshly aborted fetus from the womb of Shub Niggurath.
Oh God. Oh
You said
my
the
God.
word. Oh, you said the word.
Uh-oh, that's a free speech jail.
Oh, I can get sodomized in free speech jail. It's nothing. Anyway, I think this is night, people. I think we've done enough and we've suffered enough for one night.
Yeah, good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Night.
Good night, everybody.